So today we are going to start branch accounting debtors method. Okay. So as I said, in branch accounting there are two types of branch. Yes, dependent and independent branch. Can you see this? Okay. Broadly, it is classified in home branch, that is domestic branch, and foreign branch. And then the branches can be further divided into two parts, dependent branch and independent branch. And we in our syllabus, we have only dependent branch, correct? So under dependent branch, today we are going to start the debtors method. First, we'll see the journal entries of debtors method, and then we'll try to take some problem. See, under debtors method, which is also called as direct method, head office is going to prepare only one account. Okay, for keeping the track of all transactions related to branch, we call that account as branch account. Okay, beta. So let's start with the first journal entries which are there under data method. So first is your when the year begins. Okay, so we have to record all assets, okay, and liabilities. So for recording all opening balances of assets, we have the entry. For recording all the assets, opening balances, we have the entry called branch account debit to all assets, whether it is branch stock, so we'll write to branch stock. If there is a debtors, so we'll write to branch debtors, to branch cash, fixed asset, and so on. Is the entries is clear, beta? First entry, recording opening balances of assets. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, the next entry is for recording the liabilities. See the entries in red. We'll take it later, beta. This is in last lecture also I told you now the goods can be sent to branch in two ways. Okay, goods can be sent to branch in two ways. First is goods can be sent to branch at cost price, and goods can be sent to branch at invoice price. So if goods are sent at invoice price, then that load, that profit part, we have to adjust through this entry. So for time being, we'll just ignore these entries when we take the problem on the basis of that. Okay, we'll consider this entry. We'll first study this entry and then we'll start. So for time being, you will just ignore these entries which are in red color. Okay, everyone. So the next entry is for recording opening liabilities. Okay, so you simply have to pass this entry that all liabilities, okay, debit to branch account. Is this part is clear, everyone? Entry for recording liabilities, opening liabilities is branch liabilities. That liability may be your creditor, that liability may be your outstanding expenses. So whatever liabilities are there, opening balance, we have to write on debit side, okay, in this entry, and credit it to the branch account. Is this part is clear, beta, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then next one is when the goods are sent to branch, which are one of the most important entry is this. Okay, goods are sent to branch by head office. Okay, so for that the simple entry is branch account debit, because my branch is receiver, so I have to book the entry in the name of that branch. If it is Goa branch, we'll write Goa branch account. If it's a Pune branch, we'll write Pune branch account. Okay, that will be debited to, credit will be given to goods sent to branch account. Yes or no? Is this part is clear, beta? When goods are sent to branch by head office, the simple entry you have to pass is branch account debit to goods sent to branch account. Okay, and again this entry which is in red color, that is for adjusting the loading part, that profit part, if the goods are sent at invoice price. So for time being, just ignore that part. Is this is clear, everyone? Any doubt in this entry? Branch account debit to goods sent to branch, for goods sent to branch. Then the next entry is when goods are returned by branch to head office. So but simply you have to reverse the entry which you have passed earlier just now for goods sent. Okay, now you are getting goods back, na? So you have to reverse the entry by passing the entry goods sent to branch account debit to branch account. Okay, and if the next entry is when the branch expenses, okay, when the branch expenses are incurred by head office, in that case we have to pass this entry. Okay, when the branch expenses are incurred by whom? Head office, correct? And for that the entry will be branch account debit to bank account. But any confusion, any doubt in this? Anyone? Come on. Is this two entries are clear here in this slide? Goods returned by branch to head office and branch expenses paid by or incurred by head office. Any doubt, any confusion till here? Anyone?
Sir,
Yes, beta. Tell
the
me.
last line.
Yes. See, beta, generally when you pay any expenses, what entry we supposed to pass? Expense account debit to bank account. Is this part is clear?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? But thing is that here the expenses is not incurred for head office, na? And expenses are incurred by head office, no doubt. But the expenses is not of head office. The expenses belongs to whom?
Branch.
Branch, correct? So your
Yes.
entry will be branch account debit, okay? To bank account because money is going from the head office pocket, na?
Yes.
The money is going from head office account, na? So that's why we have to credit the bank account of head office. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, bacha. So these entries are clear, everyone. Should we move to the next entry, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. The next one, this entry. See, this entry is for when this cash is given by head office to branch. See, sometime what happened, some expenses head office know that these are the expenses we pay for the branches. But there are certain expenses that every time head office cannot pay and cannot keep a track. So what head office will do, they will keep some money with the branch. Okay, they will keep some money, they will give some money to branch for meeting their expenses or some purpose, correct? So when that means this, so just think from a head office point of view, simply head office is giving money to branch, correct? So money is going to branch and branch is receiver here. Yes or no? So your simple entry we have to pass is branch account debit to bank account. Okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This money is given generally for small expenses which head office which branch have to incur. Correct? Fine. Then next beta, whatever money is collected by branch, okay, from customers by making sale and all. So whatever money is collected by branch, that money is supposed to come back to head office, na? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that entry, the next entry is for that only, that is cash received from branch, okay, to head office. So in this case, if you see the head office is receiving money and branch is given. So my head office branch account, uh, head office bank account will receive the money, correct? So my entry will be bank account debit to branch account. Okay. Now, if it is Goa branch, then we'll write Goa branch account. If it is Pune branch, we'll write Pune branch account. If it is, let's say, Gurgaon branch, so we'll write Gurgaon branch account. Is this part is clear? This is
Yes,
for
sir.
cash received from branch. Okay. Then the next one is, now see till here we have completed all the basic journal entries. Okay, now onwards we have to pass the closing entries, beta. Okay, so the closing entry, first will close all assets. Okay, will record all asset at the closing date, and at the same time we record all liabilities also on the closing date. Okay, so when you are recording all closing balances of asset, for that this entry we have to pass. If you remember, the first entry for opening, what was the entry? Branch to all asset, na beta? Here at the at time of closing we have to reverse the entry. Okay, that means all asset account debit to branch account, this entry we have to pass. Okay. All asset account debit to branch account. This entry we have to pass. Okay. Is this part is clear? Any doubt, any confusion? And one
No.
small point here, beta, that for all fixed asset, there is no need to pass separate entry for depreciation. Okay. That's all depreciation is automatically adjusted. Okay. See, when you are, let's take an example, your opening balance of furniture is 1000 rupees and the closing balance is 900 rupees. The moment you record 1000 on debit side and 900 on credit side, the difference is directly adjusted. Yes or no? So there is no need to pass separate entry for depreciation. Will you remember this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the next entry is for recording the closing liability beta. Okay, it's similar one. So just you have to reverse that entry. Okay. See, for asset you are writing what? All asset account debit to branch. So for liabilities, what you will do? Branch account debit to all liabilities, whether it is creditors, whether it is outstanding expenses, so on. Correct? Everyone, is this part is clear, beta?
Okay, sir.
Yes. Okay, fine. Then the next one is, this is the last entry, beta. This entry, if you remember, it is well and good. But if you don't remember, when you close the branch account, bacha, that simply automatic treatment will be take place. Okay. See, when the profit, so the one point you have to understand, when you close branch account, whatever difference of profit this branch account comes, we have to book it as a either profit or loss. If it is a profit, that profit will transfer to general P&L. Okay. So for recording profit, okay, when you close the branch account for recording profit, this entry will be passed branch account debit to general P&L. Okay. And when there is a loss, you have to reverse this entry. The entry will be general P&L account debit to branch account. Okay. Everyone, is
Yes,
this
sir.
part is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the next and last, when you see, if you remember, when you sent goods to branch, bacha, what was the entry? Branch account debit to goods sent to branch account. Na? That means there are two accounts we have, one we have debited and another we have credited. Okay. The debited account was branch account that we have closed. But the credit account which you have given, the goods sent to branch, we have to close by passing this entry. Okay. The entry will be goods sent to at the last when you close the account. Okay. So whatever balance is there in goods sent to branch account, that will be transferred to trading account. Is this part is clear, everyone? Any doubt, any confusion till here? All the entries in data's method is completed here. Okay. Any doubt, any confusion till whatever entry we have seen? Don't worry, I'm going to share this all entries with you. But for time being, any doubt, any confusion till whatever we did? Anyone? Or should I move to next part?
No, sir.
Okay, beta. So now see this format. This is the format for branch account that I have shown you in last lecture also. Just quickly see, on debit side you can see all assets, on credit side the liabilities are there. Okay. Debit, we have to debit the goods sent to branch, all expenses, okay, incurred by head office, amount paid by head office to branch, that will come on the debit side of the branch account. And the credit will be given when you receive money from branch. Okay. As a head office, when you receive money from branch, you have to give it to record it on credit side. Okay. If there is a loss, the closing, when you close the account, if there is a loss, it will appear on credit side. If there is a profit, it will appear on debit side. That will be transferred to general P&L. Is this part is clear, everyone? Should we start the problem now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So if you want, just take a screenshot of this branch account. Okay. This is in the books of head office branch account. Okay. So should I stop screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.